Daniel Day-Lewis might be the greatest actor of all time, but he's definitely the most famous method actor of all time. And honestly, at this point, a lot of the stories sound fake. I mean, does he really stay in character for days and weeks on end? Well, according to Paul Thomas Anderson.
Because I've heard these stories about him staying in character for like months, weeks at a time. Months at a time.
Absolutely, he does that. Yeah.
I see.
You don't go to work with Daniel Day-Lewis. You go to work with whoever his character is. That's who you see when you get to work in the morning, and that's who leaves at night.
Now, many people don't understand that level of commitment for acting. And don't worry, we'll get to why he does it in a second. But let's listen to some of the actors that have worked with him on how it is working with him when he's in this process. For instance, Leonardo DiCaprio.
It was like 2 days before we started shooting. And, you know, we've been saying, hi, Daniel, hi, Marty, you know, good morning, stuff like that. And Daniel just I kind of walked by and I said, morning, Danny, and he went, and I said, oh shit, game on, game on. Okay.
Here's Joseph Gordon-Levitt's take on it.
Amazing opportunity to work with Daniel Day-Lewis when he played Lincoln. Ooh. And he just did that voice. I never heard him not do the voice. When I met him, you know, he said, hello, Robert,
As Abe Lincoln?
Yeah, and then once we wrapped, that night, when the movie was all done, I kind of met him as Daniel for the first time.
So you knew him the whole time you're filming as Abe Lincoln, basically?
I called him sir.
And then you see him, you call him sir?
Mm-hmm.
But what is the point? Why can't he just come in on the day, act, and then stop when the camera stopped rolling? I'm going to explain it a little further, but I want you to hear it from two people, from Sally Field and from Daniel Day-Lewis himself. First, Sally Field.
You know, he comes from a different school of acting, but mine is, I come from the actor studio. Being female, though, and growing up in the era that I did, I always tried to hide the fact that I stayed in character completely and utterly. You live in the world, you live in the era. You don't have to keep coming in and out and in and out.
And now Daniel Day-Lewis himself.
I and most of my colleagues really do the same thing in different ways, maybe, but we go to these great lengths to try and create a world for ourselves. And within that world, we try and create an understanding of the lives that we're expressing in that world. And for me, that's where the pleasure of the work is. So what would seem crazier to me is to jump in and out of that world, or in and out of the experience of that character, because that's really where I want to be.
You see, with method actors, it goes beyond just simply performing. It's not so much becoming the character like everybody likes to say. They're not trying to be the person that they're portraying. They're trying to understand them further. The real purpose of acting and storytelling is to find truth. Every great actor, every great director, every great storyteller is trying to find the truth in the thing that they're trying to get across. And for method actors of this ilk, it's not about putting on the skin of someone else. It's about understanding them to the fullest degree so that they can honestly show exactly who they are on screen or on stage or whatever acting place people act, whatever, you know. For an actor like Daniel Day-Lewis, there's an overwhelming desire to get down to the minutia of the person, because everything that we do as individuals tells a story. It tells the story of us. Everything comes from something else. And I'm talking everything, down to the way we hold a pencil or the way we pour ketchup on our fries or anything like that can have a story to it that explains a little bit further who this person actually was, and therefore the actor can better show the audience who this person was. Or when you're portraying a fictional character, you're more so trying to discover things that make it feel real. There's a difference between reciting lines when the camera starts rolling and creating a character that's three-dimensional, fully realized, and has actual purpose to them. It's a subconscious thing. Think about it like this, and this is a very rudimentary example of it, but when you walk in your house, you have a routine. You have something that you do every time you come in, and it's natural to you because you live there. You've walked in your home countless times. You've thrown your keys to the side. You've taken off your shoes. You sit on your couch the way you want to sit on your couch and in the exact spot that you probably like to sit on your couch. You put your clothes on a certain way. You take your clothes off a certain way. You shower. You eat. You drink. You sleep a certain way. And all of these things tell a story. So whether portraying somebody that's fictional or somebody that actually lived, having that unconscious routine, having that unconscious embodiment of that person helps show the exact person more naturally. It's an elevated form of acting that takes it from performing to just doing in a natural way. Me being a director, me being a filmmaker for so many years, you can tell the difference between somebody that's walking across a room that they've never been in before and somebody that's walked in a room that they've been in a million times. So, for instance, Daniel Day-Lewis taking countless hours learning how to sew, learning how to make dresses for the film Phantom Thread, shows on screen, and it looks like he actually knows what he's doing rather than just miming what it looks like to do these things. He got as close as he possibly could to becoming an actual dressmaker so that when the cameras were actually rolling, he wouldn't have to fake it, he could just do it. And that translates for the audience. It's not a vanity thing for a method actor. It's about making the audience's experience more real and immersive and helping them forget that they're watching a movie while they're watching it.